Welcome back. We're getting ready to go do a little flying in this 1976 Cessna 150M. It's been a long time since I've flown this airplane. We have this airplane here at OCR. I'm not really for sure it's for sale yet, but we'll talk a little bit about the airplane. And we're gonna give Matteo some more training. We're gonna go do 3 touch and goes and see how Matteo does. He's been talking as if he can land this airplane based on all the video shooting he's been doing, so we're gonna give him a chance to do it.
Yeah, we'll start with turning the engine on. I've seen so many engines start out, so I'm gonna try and apply this knowledge.
See if he can start it without any coaching.
That's right, and the pressure's on a little bit because last time it was, I had a freebie. I hadn't been around airplanes that much. This time, I've been here over a year. The pressure's on. People have expectations now, and I need to live up to that.
That's right, and it's all gonna be on video for your enjoyment, so here we go. Is over there next to the red switch. Over here. That turn it. So the first thing we need is electrical power. Think of your car. When you turn your car key, you engage the battery. So that's what you just did with the master switch. All right. We got the beacon on. We got avionics
flash
on.
beacon.
Yep.
It's on. Avionics are on.
Yep. And then mixture, rich. Yep. And you push it all the way in. Good. And then I push the throttle all the way in too. And most of the airplanes we fly have electric pumps. That's the difference. This one has the manual pump. So it's see that there? So you got to twist it until you can pull it out. You got to pull while you're twisting. There you go. Now out. That sucks fuel in.
Okay.
Now push it in, and you can now pull it out again.
What am I looking for?
You're just pushing fuel into the cylinders. There's 2. Let's do it 6 times. 3, 5. 6. And then you got to lock it. Feel there's a little like.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then twist it. Now you should be able to pull it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now throttle out. Open it just a little bit. There you go. Now feet on the brakes. Remember the brakes, the top of the thing.
That's right.
Push them, and then key. I'm going to start it and one hand on the throttle. And then when it starts, just reduce the throttle, and you're looking for like 1,000 RPM. Clear. And then release. There you go. And 1,000. Pull the power back a little bit to 1,000 RPM. That's about 600, so add a little bit. Perfect. A good start.
Yeah, way less nervous this time. This all felt much more natural.
Clearance, Cessna 704 Lima Delta has Tango OCR for 26 left.
265 for actually at 2.
This one?
Yeah. See the hashed one? Pass the hashed one.
Southwest 293, reach clearance, clear to the Reno Airport via the top and forward departure. Castro transition.
And the idea on taxiing is you don't want to go too fast, and you want to try to minimize brake use. There you go.
Every Whiskey Tango, Long Beach, we go around. If you're just staying in the pattern.
A little bit further.
Just next to be a Delta, hold short, runway 26 left.
There you go. Now we're just going to taxi over there. I'm going to call ground first, but we're going to taxi over there, and then we're going to take off and make patterns. 704 Lima Delta run-up's complete. And then you can just pull up next to that guy and stop in front of the yellow flashers. Perfect. And we'll go to tower.
704 Lima Delta.
704 Lima Delta is Holy Chart 26 left in sequence if we can get closed traffic. So when we take off, full throttle.
Yep.
We're just keeping it on the center line with just small foot pressure. If you're giving big foot pressure, you're going to get out of control. So just little, small taps. And then we're going to check our engine instruments as we're rolling. Make sure they stay in the green. If the oil pressure went to 0, that'd be a stop takeoff type thing. If our airspeed indicator didn't come alive, that would be a stop takeoff.
Okay.
If the engine started smoking and coughing, we'd pull the power off and stop. Otherwise, we're going to go to about, let's say 50 5 knots. See 55?
Yeah.
55 knots, gradual pressure, bringing the nose up, and then release the pressure, and just hold, and we want to climb at about 65.
Alright, 55 knots. That's not too fast. I can
Nope.
do that.
Clear takeoff 26 left, 704 Lima Delta. We're going to do it quick because we got somebody on final.
Alright.
I'm going to get you going quickly. So as we turn, go ahead and just start adding power. Not full yet. Just get that turn corner, or the corner turn. Now, full power. And the airplane wants to track straight, so all you got to do is just let it. Don't over control it. Keep your hand on the throttle. Engine instruments are green. Airspeed's alive. There's 50, 55. Nice gentle pull. Hand on the throttle. Nice gentle pull. Good job. Keep pulling a little. Okay, now relax. Now relax it. Good. Good. Nice takeoff. Try to keep one hand on the throttle. See that little cloud hanging down?
Yeah.
Just head for that.
840. How's my speed?
Speed's good. A little bit of right rudder.
Number 2.
There you go. And don't wander that way. Go a little bit to the right. Nice. See that guy up there?
Yeah.
Just gonna kind of follow him.
Alright.
See, as you bring the nose up, the speed goes down. So now start making the left turn. A little bit of left rudder. Not too much bang. There you go. Good. Now head straight out towards the water. Passing. How high are we? 700 feet. Climbing to 1,000. This is the crosswind leg. Nice. Start a left turn. And as you go into this left turn, you're going to start leveling off at 1,000 feet. So go ahead and turn left. Good job. Beautiful. Comes up on 1,000 feet. Looking good. Push that nose over a little. And if you need some trim the nose down. Other way. Good. That, and then maybe pull a little power back. Let's come back to about 22,000 Lima Delta on the downwind. Good. Not too much. 2,200. Let's use it 2,200. And hold 1,000 feet. This is where you're at. Yeah, we're kind of going downhill a little bit. Bring that nose up. So keep one hand on the throttle. If you need to climb, add some power. And we're supposed to stay on the downwind, so just keep going. There's where see our landing. See the plane coming in to land right down there?
Yep.
That's where we're going to land. But he wants us to extend the downwind, so we're going to keep going.
Okay.
Clear for the option 26 left. Traffic follows in sight. Lima Delta. So push the rudder pedals real hard one way and then the other. See what that does? See how it moves the nose?
Yep.
That's the rudder pedals. Now pitch up and pitch down with the yoke. See what that does? That's good. Now down. See what that does? And now roll it left and right. Left. So you control the airplane on those 3 axes. Pitch, roll, and yaw. Alright. Pitch, roll, and yaw. Here's our guy to follow. We're going to follow that dude. So as soon as he gets kind of a beam us, like off our wingtip, you can turn left. Okay? Right about there. Turn left, a little rudder, aileron. Once you get in the turn, you can neutralize the controls. Otherwise, it'll just keep getting steeper and steeper. That's right. Pull a little in the turn. Hold altitude. Now you're climbing a little bit. Now come out of the turn. Now look for the runway. You see it way out there?
Yep.
So now just try to line yourself on the runway.
Okay.
And then I want you to put flaps in. Flaps, first notch of flaps. So you push that down until 1 notch. There you go. That's it. Now the airplane's going to want to balloon up, right? So you might need to trim it down some. There you go. Down. Good. Perfect. Now just see the runway and try to kind of fly down to it. You see this guy we're following?
Yeah.
So you want to hold your altitude out here. You don't want to get too low. So we're ways away still. One hand on the throttle. And the idea is to just look down the runway and try to fly the airplane above the runway as close as you can get without touching. Pull the power off and just let it settle. Maybe another notch of flaps.
Traffic ahead, 1 mile ahead, northeastbound 2,200.
That's full flaps. Right about there. We're going to use 2 notches of flaps.
Climb again.
Continue north slope.
And those flaps change the aerodynamics, so just kind of let go of the airplane and see what it does. It's diving, so you got to get some trim back. There you go. Trying to slow down, climb up a little bit, and slow down because we're getting pretty tight on him.
Okay.
There you go. Keep climbing. Keep climbing.
Still climbing, still climbing.
Keep climbing. A little bit of power, just keep climbing. Let this guy get down, keep climbing, just hold it right there. Okay, now pull a little power, right, and just hold this attitude right here. Not all of it. Put some power back in. Just hold this attitude, maybe just a little bit more power. One hand on the power. Now just think about flying it down there along the runway. Don't necessarily think about landing it.
We start, no delay on the go, no delay, Foxtrot 4-3. Foxtrot 4, no delay.
Lima Delta, okay for touch and go.
That's runway 30.
4 Lima Delta, touch and go, Bruce.
Thank you.
Sorry, we start Foxtrot 4, contact ground. Over the ground.
Good job. Speed's good. Just keep coming down. Okay, power off. Power off all the way out. Just kind of look down the runway. Look down the runway. Ooh, a little too much pull. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Now, add the power.
Add power?
Yep.
Okay, with my turn base now.
All the way in. We're going to take off. Okay, you've already got flying speed, so just nice gentle pullback. Hold the throttle in. Good job. Pull back. There you go. You're flying again. Woo, good.
All right.
You just started over controlling. That's normal. You did it by yourself, basically. It helped you a little bit.
That's 550. Yeah, I thought we were going to hit the ground harder than that. I mean, we hit it. It wasn't a smooth landing, but
Yeah, you kind of forced it on.
Yeah.
You ballooned up, and then you forced it on. You balloon up, get it settled back down, and then just pitch it out nice and slow, and then go. And you tend to over-control.
Yeah.
The airplane wants to fly.
Right.
And people tend to over-control it. I did too when I first started flying, but you just got to let it kind of do what it wants. And what you want to do is just like almost coax it. Don't make it, just tell it, like practice that in this turn. Like think about turning and just kind of manipulate the airplane, kind of coax it into the left turn. There you go. Nothing too hard, fingertips. Let it, and then say, okay, now I want you to come out of the turn, just nice and gradual, come out of the turn.
Follow them, runway 26 left with the Alright, keep approved and...
Now, see the hill?
Yep.
We're going to fly over the hill. That's our downwind. So just nice, easy turn. Extend the downwind, Lima Delta. Yeah, that way. See the freeway out there?
Yeah.
Just kind of follow that. There's 1,000 feet. Level off, pull a little power back, trim.
Left with IFR release.
Okay, 527, roger, hold for this.
And the other thing is, you hear the noise differences when you level off, it speeds up, so that's a cue as well, the noise. Perfect. And then let go and see what the airplane does. It needs some up trim, so give it a little up trim. There you go. Good. And the idea is just get it set up so you don't even have to touch it. Nice. There you go. Beautiful. Woo! Hands free. I haven't flown a 150 in a long time. It brings back a lot of memories because I did a lot of training.
Yeah.
Sitting right here. One of the great things about the 150, once you get used to it, it's probably been 20 years since I've flown a 150, and I feel like I'm at home.
It's a perfect plane to train in.
Yep. Hear the change when you slow down going up.
Tower citation 778, Sierra Charlie 2 up.
Turn at the river or the freeway?
Yeah, probably. Usually they tell us. Clear for the option, 26 left, and turn base at the 605, 4 Lima Delta.
Slow traffic.
Air 9 with Charlie, roger, stand by.
Now we're looking for the runway. We check the final to make sure there's nobody coming in. Looks good. And now you're just lining up on the runway. Remember, there's 2 runways, so sometimes it's easy to get them confused.
Yep. There you go. Turn it.
There you go. Nice job. Okay, let's go flaps, first notch. All right. A little bit of power back. Yeah, you got to retrim after flaps because the flaps really add some lift.
Yeah.
And then you can pull some power off and just try to establish a nice glide, a nice steady descent to the runway. Pull back a little more power. Let's go to 2,000 RPM. Maybe just a little bit of back pressure, and then 1700 RPMs. Beautiful. Now this is perfect, right? And we're going to add it. Actually, we have the flaps we want. So this is our landing configuration. So just try to get it to where it's really stable, nice descent, not pushing it down.
Yeah.
And if you need a little power to get to the runway, just a little bit.
Yeah,
If you need to take power out, just a little bit. Looks pretty good right here. Got plenty of speed.
Plane there.
Yeah, he's landing on 3-0. I'd say add just a touch of power now because we're a little low. And that'll bring the nose up. You shouldn't have to change your attitude. Just try to relax, look down the runway, and don't be in a hurry for anything. Just let the airplane land itself. A little bit of power because you're low. There you go. A little bit more maybe. Good. Okay, now we got closer to the runway, so you can pull that same amount of power off. Not too much. Good. Good.
Runway heading.
Just look down the runway and just make gradual inputs and put the airplane where you want it. One hand on the throttle. Nice easy grip on the yoke. Just keep that nose coming down. Good job. Good job. Okay, now let's bring the power out all the way off. Now just hold one hand, keep it just like this. Keep it coming in there nice and slow. Keep it coming down. Okay, now slowly round out a little bit. Just hold that a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. Good. Okay, flaps up. Power up. Keep that hand on the throttle. There's flying airspeed, a little bit of back pressure. Bring that nose up, good. Perfect. That was a good one.
All right.
No problem.
I wasn't completely freaking out that time.
You were
exciting.
a little more calm, a little less. You kind of just let the airplane do its thing. And your mind has to learn to calculate the dynamics of everything happening. There's our traffic to follow out there.
Cool.
And as soon as he gets off your left wing, you can turn. Look at your speed. See how low that speed is?
Yeah.
A little too low.
You were very calm about that.
And then, yeah, start your left turn. Coming up on 1,000, so we're thinking about leveling off and joining on the downwind. And pick up, you know, you learn in the pattern to pick up visual cues on the ground. I look for the 405 freeway. Just kind of keep it off my left, and then it kind of takes a jog up there, and you'll be right over it. Clear for the option 26 left, traffic follows inside 4 Lima Delta.
How's the trim look?
Trim seems pretty good. Now just use power, like it's the nose is coming down, instead of pulling on the yoke, push in a little power. On this one, we're going to full stop.
Right.
So we don't need to be in a hurry to do anything. We get the airplane on the ground, power's off.
Yeah.
Slowly put your feet on the brakes, and nice and gently bring the brakes in, keep the nose straight.
Yep.
Don't need to hit them hard. What you tend to do is you push the brakes and it starts turning, so you push more brake and then it turns that way, and then you push more brake and it turns that way. And then you get into this craziness. Best thing to do if you get into that is just let off. Okay, I got your flaps for you. Okay, let's turn left, turn to join the base. Final's clear. Nobody else coming.
Yep.
Glide to the runway. There's the runway. Go to flaps 20. These flaps are a little touchy, so I'll help you with that. Pull some power back. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, trim feels alright.
Always look down the runway. Don't look close. 4 Lima Delta will be a full stop this time. A little low. Just a touch of power. Good. Good. Keep one hand on the throttle. Just kind of drive the airplane to the numbers. Get it in there tight. Pitch it up. Pull the power off. Just hold that power a little longer. A little more power. A little slow out here. A little power. Now keep the nose coming down to the runway. Okay, now you can start to come back on the power. Just keep it coming down. Good job. Power off. Power off.
Long Beach Tower, Skyhawk 783, Delta Golf, 26 left, 9165 departure.
Okay, now work on braking straight ahead. Not too much brake, not too much, just a little bit. That's good. Release if you start swerving. Okay, now you can release and add a little power. We're going to go up there and turn off on Fox 3. Yeah, your visual cue just got off there at the end. You kind of lost it.
You got thrown off.
That's what happens. You take 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Nerve-wracking on the landings, but that was a lot of fun.
That's fun.
I was loving that.
Okay, back on the ground. That's 2 touch and goes and a full stop.
That's right.
And you know, the thing is, we're doing this with no, like normally we go out and do some exercises for aircraft control.
Right.
So we're just in the pattern, doing landing. So it's kind of overwhelming. It's not really the traditional path for primary flight training. But having said that, I mean, I actually think all the flying you do with me for the videos is
I think it definitely
helpful.
made a difference. Yeah, for one, I just felt a lot more comfortable in the plane. It wasn't, being in this cockpit was not foreign to me at all, so that helps a lot. I remember that being part of the component earlier.
And you had no exposure to airplanes before coming here.
0 other than like 737s, yeah.
So I don't remember how many landings we did in the 172, maybe.
I think we did
2 or 3.
2?
Yeah. So it's really good. It's the classic, you know, when you start picking up the visual cues from the ground, it's the classic over controlling, you know, and then it just gets crazy quick. But the second landing was pretty much, I mean, I didn't do anything on the second landing. I really didn't help you too much on the other ones, but the second landing was all you, and that's only your probably 3rd landing. So unassisted with no air work practice.
I'll take that.
It's pretty good.
And Rich was saying it's kind of like golf. You know, you hit 1 good shot and 3 bad ones, but you remember that good shot, and you're like, okay,
it's gonna bring you back.
All right.
That's right. So, you know, I can't think of anything, you know, better than flight training to exercise your mind and your hand-eye coordination, and it's a lot of fun, obviously. And I'm sure you're going to do, you know, more flight training.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure, this airplane may be available for sale. Great trainer. I think it's got like 8,000 hours, pretty close to a run-out engine, but you know, people are often complaining about prices for aircraft being too high. Well, this airplane's I don't know what the value is on this one, so I'm not going to say that, but it's at the lower end of what you could buy and build time in and learn to fly. So if you're interested in it, again, I'm not sure it's for sale, but you could call me or text me and we'll explore that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Anything else to add?
See you next time. I'm ready to do more.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.